G'day guys, well welcome to Exploring Off the Grid. Well, as you know, I have a great passion for four-wheel driving, camping, travel in this great country. Well, just a couple of years ago, we were up in Cape York and I went up with a couple of mates of mine, and that was Rick and Jono and a few other mates. And we went up there and we had so much fun that we wanted to share it with everybody. So we decided to go up there, film it in trucks. So we're doing the whole lot of this in trucks. And so it's a totally different kettle of fish to what you normally see with four-wheel drives. Now, it's not only just because we're doing it in trucks, but it's actually showing, telling what these trucks can do and how capable and how good they are. And you can actually fit everything you need in and not be illegal at the same time. So it's pretty good stuff. But the first part of the trip, I head on up, the guys head on up, and I blow my knee out. And where do I end up? I end up in hospital. So the guys continued on to the Tele track, and without me, so I'm not in the first part of this, but I tell you what, I reckon these guys are going to have a lot of fun. So stay tuned, sit back, get a cold one, and enjoy exploring off the grid.
The boys have been planning this trip for over 12 months. In fact, it's been almost exactly a year since Rick, John and Jamie were up in the Cape last time. But like any adventure, sometimes the best laid trip plans can come crashing down before they have really even begun.
Jamie's legs blown up.
You're serious?
Yeah. They're looking like airlifting him into Rocky.
Yep.
No. Wish I was. We found out about Jamie going to hospital halfway up. Well, actually, we're nearly here to Cairns. So yeah, I get a phone call from a good mate of his, Jason, who was Jamie's at his wedding. So it was a few hours before Jason's wedding, and rings me up and he goes, "You wouldn't believe it, we're about to fly Jamie into hospital." And I thought he was taking the piss.
When Rick found out that Jamie's not coming, obviously he's got a lot of thought going through his mind. He's walked away, and you can see him very quiet but thinking.
So I thought, you've got to be kidding. But no, it was legit. So yeah, Jamie's knee had blown up like a balloon, and we're sitting there going, what do we do now? Oh look, we got to Cairns. I'm an impatient bastard. So we've been sitting around here for a couple of days, had a few beers, trying to make a new plan. Getting itchy feet.
The latest we found out is Jamie's okay. He's out of hospital. He's waiting for some clearance to make sure he can continue or pull the pin, whatever way it works out. So Rick has decided in his wisdom that we're going to keep on moving on, going to do the Tele track first now.
All right, our plan B at the moment is I take my truck, John jumps into Jamie's, and we head up the Tele track. We'll probably leave the buggies and trailers behind. It's a bit tight to be dragging them through some of them spots.
With the decision now made, it's time for Rick and John to push on and head towards Bramwell.
Well, when the trip was announced, it first started and that, and I was asked to come along, I thought initially, yeah, I'd just be driving Jamie's old dual cab Canter, which we took up last year. Jamie's Canter, he must be used to all leaks having a Land Rover, so it's very much the same, just on a bigger scale.
Look, the gear we bring along on this trip, obviously the two trucks, the two new Isuzus. Jamie's got his Canter here. We've got three buggies, so we've got a Polaris and a couple of Can-Ams. So we'll be able to go out and do a bit of camping and fishing from buggies, so get into some extra remote spots. Looking forward to getting on the Tele track. Same as last year, we were up there with Jamie and John and just putting the trucks through their paces, see what they can do, and of course the camping and the kicking back, having a beer in the creek. Look, the point of this whole expedition is firstly go out and test what these trucks can do. See where not where their limits are, but we'll push them to the point that we've got a good feel for them, see what they can do, then we can plan our next adventures from there.
I reckon in the end of the day, the trucks will do really well if we use our head and be a bit smart about it. And let's face it, the trucks are not the average day, $10,000 trucks. So I think we'll use our head where we go and make the call at the time when we're on the track, and have a good look at it, and if not, go for it. If not, go another track.
We rocked up at Bramwell Roadhouse, and all we could do was get the buggies off the truck as soon as we possibly can. We were just itching to get down the tracks, have a bit of a squirt, and see what they could do. Just doing a bit of a measure up before we get down into Palm Creek. A little bit worried about the width of the exit, so we'll go down for a recce this RV in the buggies and measure up. Hopefully, happy days.
215. No, it'll be tight. What we might do, because Jamie's Canter fitted up last year, let's do a quick measure on that and see what the difference is.
Yeah, about 2050 width. All right, what was the difference, John?
Okay, Isuzu to Canter, 100 mil, so 50 mil aside.
Yeah, righto.
So what you're going to have to do, we'll take that with us.
Go and measure it. Yep, get a bit of an idea.
And
Take the buggies for a recce and
go for it.
check it out. Sounds good. Yeah, we rocked up to Palm Creek. It was the same as when we were up here last year. So Jamie and I went through nearly 12 months to the day. Very similar on the entry, very steep. Yeah, so I turned up there and there was a couple of vehicles with some young girls there that were keen to jump in the passenger seat and see what the buggies can do.
Strapping in.
Still got a good sharp drop off, so yeah. I think Rick's definitely got the wheelbase to do it. Not sure about the Can-Am. We'll see how he goes and make a decision then.
Yeah, so I got down the bottom and tried to get out one of the original exits, and yeah, some clown gave a bit too much right foot with a bit of right hand down and snapped the seat, unfortunately. So we had to winch it or tow it back up the entry.
After we realised there was no go for the rest of us to get down the entry and all that, we walked down the creek to check out the other entrance, the exit to Palm Creek, where we knew would be the tight squeeze at a pinch. Had my tape measure with me at the measurements of the Isuzu. So Rick and I, laid it out, and yeah, unfortunately, disappointment.
Well, we've measured it. Looking at the way it's going to kick, well, for starters, it's only 2.1 wide. The tray of the canopies of the trucks are 2.2, so
Yeah, so it's a
no-brainer.
no-brainer.
It's not going to go through there.
You can't.
A bit disappointing, we were hoping so. Even if we squeezed it, I think by the time the right-hand side hits that, it's going to lean it straight into that side. And
Yeah, it's going to kick you over.
Just going to wreck stuff for the
Well,
sake of wrecking stuff. So,
including the mirrors, mate, because the mirrors up this high,
Yeah.
they ain't gone.
Yeah.
So, no, you're going to...
unfortunately,
You're
Palm
cool,
Creek.
but you can't fit things in, you know? They don't fit, they don't fit.
Yep, you know, can it. We'll do it tonight after a dozen beers.
Okay. Got me. So after we realised with the tape measure we wouldn't get up there, a group of the girls come through, followed through, they were going up it. They were amazing. There was, I think 80 series went up first, winched up, did a good job, easy, calm as. Next one was a independent Hilux, girl driving, girl passenger, unbelievable. She, good champion driver. Just took it easy.
Yeah.
Didn't punch it too hard. Got to a point where they could hook a winch up to her, and winched her up easy as. Okay, third one that come through was a beige troopy, Hannah, girl driver, she's very nervous. You can see that clear on her face. Other friends got up, so she had to do it anyway.
Hold it. You want to wrap that blue around that tree?
Climbed up out of it, and actually it was her birthday. And a couple of the other girls told us, so everyone just cheered, happy birthday, Hannah, and the grin on her face, mate, was just unbelievable. She was just stoked.
Yeah, one of the things you've got to do on the Tele track, and a lot of people don't, unfortunately, they stand around and watch, but if you get in and help everyone out, when you need a hand, you're going to get a hand as well.
So, unfortunately, we've got to have a plan B. So we're going to have a few beers tonight, cook a steak or two, and just have a good think about where next plan we can get the trucks through.
Hey guys, here at the Exploring Off the Grid shop, we've got plenty of deals on Oz tent camp chairs. Check out the code below and get a great deal on the website, exploringoffthegrid.com.
With Palm Creek a no-go, the only way around is a 60k run up the PDR before turning back through Heathlands to the Tele track.
Well, the road from Bramwell to the Tele track, very corrugated. It's a great little stretch of road, but very pretty. Yeah, we end up having to drop our tyre pressures again just to take some of that jarring out of our teeth that we were losing our fillings.
Corros were bad enough getting from Bramwell to the turn off, but yeah, no. Next level going in through past the ranger station.
Well, we're currently on the Heathlands track into the Tele track south, and the corrugations are brutal. But the truck's holding together at this stage. I think we've got a few fillings falling out on the ground, but anyway, all fun.
The Heathlands track will bring the trucks out at the Dalhunty River, only missing the first few k's of the Tele.
Pretty heavily treed, trying to squeeze through. So I immediately pulled my mirrors in. I'm thinking, hey Rick, you're going to struggle here, man. You've got a wider truck, you're going to take some bark on.
Oh, Tele track. Oh, that was the first big pinstripe down the side. Yeah, look, the Tele track's great. So we, it was disappointing we couldn't do Palm Creek. So yeah, we went up to Heathlands, backtracked to Dalhunty. Unloaded the gear, had a bit of lunch there, a bit of tucker, and then we started our venture from there.
Well, Rick, we finally made it to the start of the Tele track, basically.
Yeah, mate.
Dalhunty River.
Yep.
So I know that I'm going to do it right in the Canter. It's done it before.
Yep.
Did it last year with Jamie.
Yep.
So I'm not sure how you're going to go, mate. What do you reckon?
Oh, mate, she'll rock it in. No worries. Yep. A little bit wider than the Canter. That's probably the only downfall. But she'll be right.
Few people here around, mate, watching.
I know there's plenty of people there.
Yeah. Put on me the beers when we get stuck, eh?
Got a chance,
You
man.
get
Your
stuck.
shout. Your shout,
Yeah,
mate.
rightio.
Yeah,
Okay.
let's go.
Bloody
All right.
So good to see people just swimming with their kids, mate, and enjoying it.
Yeah, it is, mate. Dalhunty, it's beautiful, eh?
Yeah, can't wait a little bit later to be off for a swim.
Yep. Nice swim and a cold beer will be awesome. The river crossings at Cape York, they're just magic. So, Dalhunty, Birdie Creek, there's kids swimming, people just having a great time, cooling off, drinking beers, just real relaxing. Fantastic. Love the Tele track.
The trucks being the height they are, the side angles do feel a lot more uncomfortable than a normal four-wheel drive, say like your normal standard, whatever you got, 200, Triton, whatever. So the angles are, do feel a little bit uncomfortable at times, but you're pretty well safe. The suspension does its work, but you still feel a little bit iffy, eh? Along the Tele track, expectation is it's all deep water, rocky, climb-ups and all that, but not like that at all. We've got some good stretches of good country, good bush, and yeah, you come across a couple little washouts every now and then, but in general, until you get to those known spots, it's not a problem.
Yeah, so we arrived at Gunshot, and that was the nervous part of the trip, I suppose. We wanted to test these trucks.
Gonna have a squiz, eh?
Yeah, let's check it out. The mighty Gunshot.
Well, things are just going to get real, mate, I tell you. One way or the other, eh?
Yeah.
We had a look at our options. The first one was the original Gunshot, I'm pretty sure. Wouldn't look good if you got wedged in there, would you? That was ruled out straight away because of how narrow it was for the truck, so we didn't want to get wedged in there. And in the end, we decided for the right-hand track.
We chose our line, which was the old chicken track, but these days it's no chicken track at all. Some of the guys that were lined up watching us, none of them had taken that track today, so we decided there was the widest entry for us to go through with the trucks, limiting the damage that we could potentially do.
Saw a couple of people, walking up to the front of it. Yeah, they're only knee deep. Thought, yep, it's not too bad. Nudged up to it and I thought, yep, no, we'll go. And pretty easy decision, like who gets a mate, lets you drive their truck through, so no brainer. I was going through anyway. Rightio, we're gonna have a crack at this Gunshot in the Canter. Got a heap of people watching, so if it comes unstuck, well, yeah. See what happens then. Well, I drove up to the entrance, and it's pretty daunting in a truck. You've got no bonnet on that, you're looking, seeing nothing. Not where you're going to go, so you had to pick your line first. And yep, I think, well, you're here now, you've got to do it.
We lined up and John nosedived in, went for it. Hold her there, mate. Hold her up.
Oh, good on you, John. You've done it now. Put the Canter into Gunshot and got it well and truly stuck. Now, when I said to you about getting stuck, I was only having a joke, but you've really got it stuck there. So before I give you a sneak peek on what's coming next week, make sure you check out the socials and the Exploring Off the Grid web shop, and you will see exactly all the gear we're using. Now, let's take a look at what the guys get up to next week.
Next episode, it's time for a good old gunshot recovery of Jamie's Canter. Good one, John. Then it's time for Rick's shiny new rig to give Gunshot a go.
Hold that line.
And that's just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to our Teletrack adventure. To see all the action, follow Exploring Off the Grid on all our socials to see all the action